All right, guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've been in here and one of the videos. So, if you've been keeping up with the Facebook group on Wolf Rounds, right? I've been just posting a bunch of videos, a bunch of replays of just the variations of the deck, right? Just different combo sequences that you can use and try to learn, because you're not always gonna have like the optimal hand, right? And that's where you kind of like want to like learn how to like have these awkward situations that you might be caught in, right? So ideally with this build, right, you want to get to crystalling before you start your initial sequence, which is the Brax, right? So you like ideally the fact that you have this as a consistency piece, it lets you make crystalling as fast as possible, right? You have you discard this and any tuner, get your junk, and that sets up your level 5 synchro. That makes you lets you synchro climb into your librarian and then your crystalling, and then ideally is use quick draw and cool bolt or the dotscaper to do the Brax combo, right? So you like, realistically, like you'll end up with Crystal Wing, Savage, and Herald, right? That's like those cards. That's what they give you, depending on what it is that you want to I guess do, right? If you don't want to do if you just don't want to play it safe, then you don't have to do the Crystal Wing first. You know, you can just like save the other resources you have and just extend, right? Like no fear. I guess maybe that's one way to look at it. But to play it safe is just a way to play under Nibiru or any hand trap. And yeah, that's basically the whole purpose of the deck, which make Crystal Wing consistently, and then quick draw serves as your Brax materials. Because like Jet Synchro alone is just the whole full combo, and that's insane. Like in Synchro Eldritch, right? If you guys are aware, they have a different a variation of cards to fall back on, right? Like this is like there's like a one engine, right? It's just Synchron. You have this, right? And then the rest is like Eldritch traps, right? But this is instead of having Eldritch traps, right? You have more extenders, right? You have more of an aggressive approach to that sequence, right? Because like the Synchron Eldritch, it's more like okay aggressive and a bit conservative at the same time, whereas this is not conservative. It's just boom, like just go. That's that's why there's no like, apart from hand traps, that's like a defensive thing, but it's not really a defensive thing because it's meant to just be consistency pieces for the junk converter, right? It's meant to help the boost consistency so you can do your initial play, which is the librarian into crystal and then so on and so on. But yeah, like I said, like instead of the synchrons, right? Instead of doubles, instead of this, you're playing like Eldritch traps. Like you're playing the 3 of the banish, 2 of the pop, 3 of the searcher, 3 of the Eldritch, the golden lord, right? The big guy, right? So if it kind of clears up a little bit, so it makes a bit much more sense. So you can kind of go, oh, okay, that does make sense. Like this is a different approach to it. Like it's always been an aggressive deck to just be consistent and persistent. Although it can be a bit vulnerable to like backrow decks, or like if you don't open up any hand traps, the way to bait your opponent's established board can be a bit problematic, because there's no real toolbox ways that you can do, right? Like if you lead with the junk play, right? Assuming it doesn't resolve, then you're left with the quick draw play, assuming you have the resources to do so, right? And then you follow it up with a Crystron Huck Firebrax. But nowadays, people can put up more minimum 2 or 3 interactions, so it's kind of hard to like to just fall like I guess put all your confidence in those 2 sequences or those 2 combos, because it can be a bit discouraging when like both of them get stopped so easily with the Veiler and Ash, and it's like, well, is that all the deck has? Like it's kind of it can be a bit discouraging. So like the fact that you have like so many cards that require like everything is a 2-card combo. Like there's not a 1 card. Like even this is the card you discard for doesn't matter, but the fact that it still requires 2 cards to function, and that's where the majority of the issue lies, right? Because it's depleting, right? It's very depleting. So which is why in the previous builds I was utilizing Potted Desires, because it just gives you the extra 2 cards that you need to extend and hopefully have Doppel in your corner. Like if this gets stopped, assuming you use this to get this, then that makes this live, right? So that gives you 3 lines of plays. So like it comes down to your consistency to how consistent they can get to their interactions, right? That's what it comes down to. That's basically the Yu-Gi-Oh 101, right? How consistent is your deck versus their deck? and that's basically what I'm trying to do. And this playing this sequence, it just increases that consistency, right? Um, but yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm pretty sure I've showed this basically card for card in a previous video, but I want to just give my insight and clear things up a little bit for those of you that are having trouble. Like, oh man, like I want to change it. Maybe hopefully this gives you a little bit a better of an insight to understand it and know how to, okay, maybe I don't need this, maybe I don't need this. You know, like that type of I guess insight. Um, One thing that you did notice in the last two games, right, was if this was Korean Gandrex, it would have been amazing, right? Like, cause like I just clears this whole board and it'd be so good. But the fact that this with the extra deck flows so good, because if you saw the sequence, if you open up the Brax combo with a Coolbot, then that gives you a plus four, right? Because you'll make Liberian first, and instead of doing the Excel into Savage and Herald ending pass, if you open up the Coolbot Hedgehog, you end up on the Liberian, and then you synchro into Meta Marcher. Meta Marcher brings back a tuner. You synchro with the tokens into this. You draw two, and then since it's a tuner, because you synchro with the Meta Marcher, you can synchro climb to Croco Dragon, and you draw two more cards, which is insane. Like you draw four cards, and like you either draw hand traps or part of adverses to cycle your stuff you use, and then hopefully draw into more pot adverses. If you saw, one pot adverse gave me two more pot adverses. I was like, what the? That's crazy. Or just simply draw more junks for the following turn, right? Because like you still have a few interactions, assuming you didn't draw them. But that's it. This deck is super fun. It can be a bit challenging to get it right, you know, like, but that's basically what I'm trying to do. It's not meant to be like, oh, like a tier 0 deck. It's just meant to be able to have some sort of viability with the fact that you want to enjoy the deck, right? Like it's possible. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.